students here. There we go. All right. I'm going to just quick show how you go about doing some of the ones that you download. So we've got Autodesk Inventor here. This is a different project. But anyhow, so you get two places you can get these files, which I think most of you figured out. You can download them directly from the topic, Project 2, Making Sketches, CAD Modeling Features Shared Drive. You can go and download the parts as you need them. Right-click, download, and then you open them here. Now, if you're in school, next time you're in school, you can also find them in Student Share. So go to O1 Harmon. This is definitely, everybody in class right now, this is what you would do. You go in here, and you want to actually get both of these folders, Making CAD Modeling Features and Making Sketches. And there's different ways to get them. You can drag and drop them. You can also right-click and go Copy, and then actually go ahead and navigate to your U file, your U folder, student user drive. Well, actually, I don't know if it's U or not. It might be something different. Then in your Inventor folder, and you can paste them in there. All right, you right-click and then paste in that folder. All right, so let's say you've gotten them on your computer. Now it's time to get going. So the first one we're going to do is the dimensioning activity. So I had this open earlier. These are the blank ones. Making Sketches, dimensioning activity. I'm going to open that up. All right, maximize this. And we're just practicing dimensioning, which a lot of you guys have already done, right? So first one here, dimension the width of the line. So the way you do this is a drawing, right? You hit annotate. Now you can also go into the sketch here, because this bottom right one, if you look at the instructions, there's some points there. I think you'll see those points if you double click on that. Yeah, so there's the points. So now we're in the sketch, actually, which is probably where you want to be, and now I can dimension. Now the green lines are a little bit hard to see, but I think you'll get the hang of it. It's one of those deals where if you look straight at it, you can actually see it a little bit better. Now I am going to go back here and just pop open the instructions really quick, just to have those going, just to make sure it ends up looking like what I've been assigned. All right, width of the line. Okay, so back to here. Dimension the width of the line. There's two ways to dimension the width of the line. You can click the line itself and drag it, okay, or you can click each point, right, 1, 2, and then drag it. The vertical distance between two horizontal lines, you click the top line and the bottom line. Do it that way. Or you can also click the endpoints and just move your mouse over, and that'll do it as well. Dimension the vertical distance between endpoints A and B, so click the 2 points. There's that. Dimension the vertical distance between the horizontal line and endpoint A on the vertical line. So you click the line, click point A. Create an aligned dimension to identify the length of the angled line. So this one's a little bit different. Let me see. I get it to go angled. There you go. You just got to get the cursor to be that. I don't know if you saw that. If you click the line, then the cursor looks like that. It doesn't put the dimension up. If the cursor looks like that angle there, I'll click again, and it'll make it the angled dimension. Dimension of the circle. Boom. Radius of the arc. That's that. Dimension the angle between two intersecting lines. You click one line, click the other line, make sure it's the angle. Oops. Oh, I saw this one was messing up. I don't know why. Dimension the horizontal distance between the angled center line. There you go. You got to get the point. For some reason it was going over to here. Okay, these two point in the side, point in the side, and so on, okay? In the bottom left corner of origin. Okay, so make it look like the drawing. The other ones, they're a little more straightforward, I think. Oh, the constraint one. I'll have to show that one really quick, I think, huh? You guys hanging in there in class? Trim practice, you open the trim practice. The trim tool is that little scissors right there. You guys, I think, have used this, quite a few of you. If you haven't, it's a really nice tool. You might say, why didn't you teach us this when we did the logo project? It's a nice little tool. You just click the lines you want to get rid of. They turn dashed when you bring the, here, let me just open it up. When you go into the sketch, and you bring up the trim tool, when they're dashed, that will delete them. So this is a really quick little one. Very useful tool. I'll just do the one corner so you can see. Very nice little tool. The next one, extend. That's a useful tool for those of you that had done complicated sketches in the logo project. This one can be used to close gaps in shapes. So you go into the sketch, hit extend, and it extends it until it hits the next line. And you get a preview of how it's going to extend it with that little black line. All right, it's kind of cool. Nice one to use. This one, move. You just highlight this, then you click the move button up here. You got to select a point to move. I think there's an issue with that file. I always remember one of them tends to give trouble to kids. Rotate. Rotate's nice. Same thing. You highlight what you want to rotate. Let me bring that up. Rotate practice. I must say, if you're using Fusion 360, you're not going to be able to open these files. I have to make new ones for you. If you see dimensions in here, when you go to the sketch, delete them. Otherwise, you won't be able to rotate it. So, like, hold down the mouse button and drag from the top left corner. Make sure I get the whole thing. You hit rotate. You have to select the geometry, which I already did. The center point is the center point. Continue with edit. Remove the constraints, then you can rotate it. And you can set an angle. What do we get, 90 degrees? No, it's got to be 45 probably, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Constraints. All right, I think I'm going to make a separate video for the constraints because it's a very important one. Project geometry is pretty straightforward. You just have to start a sketch on the bottom plane, project this geometry. That's pretty straightforward. Text, you guys, many of you already know how to do this. You save this file. We're going to use it in the next activity. And then inserting the image. Insert an image you've all done in the logo project. You're going to insert it on this plane. And it might already be there. I hope it's not. It might be in there already. Might not actually have to do anything for that one. But anyhow, let me just finish up quick with the constraint one. Where is it here? Open geometric constraints. These are super useful. I use these all the time. All right, all the time. So you got to go into the sketch. All right, and then these are your constraints up here. See that? Those red buttons up there. Those are your constraints. They're pretty self-explanatory. If you let your mouse sit over them, it tells you the name. Coincident constraint. That puts 2 points to be at the same location typically. This one. Collinear. It makes 2 lines just line up in a flat line, or it puts 2 lines on top of each other. Concentric. That lines up circles. Fix. That if you fix something, it won't be allowed to move when you dimension something or do a different constraint. Parallel makes two lines parallel. Perpendicular makes two lines perpendicular. Horizontal, it'll take a line that's a little bit off and make it horizontal, or vertical, right? Some of you guys have done this before in the mirroring activity, for instance, where you drew the shape, but it ended up being a little bit crooked, some of the lines. You could have used this constraint to just snap those to be horizontal after the fact. Tangent makes a circle and a line tangent. Smooth, I've never used that one. I don't think it's in here. Applies a curvature, continuous condition to the spline. That's interesting. I guess it would make it smooth tangent at the either end. Symmetric, right? If you want them to be symmetric, you make an angle symmetric, and then makes two things equal to one another. All right, so let me just show you a couple of these quick. The order you click things matters. So if I click that line first, then this line, it moves the first line. It always changes the first one you click to be constrained to the second thing you click. All right, so parallel. I'm going to move this one parallel to this one, and this one parallel to those as well. All right, this means dimension number 3 to 2 inches. All right, so number 3 we want to be 2 inches. Fix circles 1 and 2. So fix is this. We're going to fix the location of 1 and 2, and also we're going to fix the diameters. Make 3 tangent to 1 and 2. So 3 tangent to 2, 3 tangent to 1. And note it put it on the inside. Sometimes it does that, sometimes it doesn't. I forget. Let me undo that tangent constraint and see if I click the other side. Make 3 tangent. Will it put it up there? No, it's putting it down there. So must be a way to do that differently. Make circle tangent to both lines. Okay, 1, 2. I guess I should have maybe fixed the diameter. Fix point C, so click the lock. Click point C. Make endpoints A and B coincident with point C. Rotated them sort of. Make the circles concentric. That's that concentric option. I'm going to make this one concentric to this one. This one concentric to both of them. Collinear. That's this one. Move the first one I clicked to be collinear to the second one. Horizontal. That's this constraint. So this goes pretty quick, but something's off there. Kind of stack them all up. An equilateral triangle. Ooh, we hit the equal sign. So make this equal to this. Make this equal to this, and bam, you got an equilateral triangle. This equals that, same size. Line these up on a horizontal plane. All right, so how do we do that? Well, let's see if you can figure it out. Line the centers of the circles up on the same horizontal plane. All right, see if you can figure that one out. All right, I'm going to stop the video there. Got a little